Hi, welcome to ECBS online classes. In this video, we are going to solve a bunch of questions from previous papers from the topic on pair of linear equations in two variables. I'm going to solve about 20 plus questions starting from 1 mark to 4 marks each. Do one thing, pause the video here and go and get a pen and paper so that we can solve the problems together. I'm sure if you do this, this is going to help you score good marks in your final exam. I hope you have subscribed to our channel already. If not done so, please subscribe it now. I started with a series on exam preparation already and covered polynomials topic where we have solved more than 20 problems. Coming to current chapter, I'm going to solve 20 plus questions. I hope you will enjoy and learn. Okay, let's take a look at questions. Question number 1. Draw the graph of equations x minus y plus 1 equal to 0 and 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0. Using this graph, find the values of x and y which satisfy both the equations. This was given in 2019 set number 3. Let me write the first equation, that is x minus y plus 1 equal to 0, and rearrange it such that it can be written as y equal to x plus 1. And now for different values of x, what is the value of y I can tabulate. If I take values of x ranging from 0 to 6, y is going to be varying from 1 to 7 as shown here, right? When x equal to 0, y is going to be 1, and x equal to 2, is going to be 3. Similarly, let's do the same thing for the second equation, that is 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0. That can be rearranged and written as y equal to minus 3 by 2 times x plus 6. And when you tabulate values of y for different values of x, you get a table like this. I have taken x ranging from 0 to 6. So y varies from 6 to minus 3. Once we have these two data sets, what we do is we do plot these equations in a graph. The graph looks like this. As you see here, these two equations, are the lines corresponding to these two equations, are intersecting at the point x comma y equal to 2 comma 3, right? It means that x equal to 2 and y equal to 3 is the solution that is going to satisfy both the equations. Please take a note of that. Let's go to the next question, that is question number 2. The pair of equations x equal to 5 and y equal to 5 has four different options were given. The choices were no solution, unique solution, many solutions, and only solution, that is 0 comma 0. Before attempting this problem, I would like you to recall the concepts based on this particular topic and chapter. We know that generic form for pair of linear equations in two variables can be written as a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. And you may recall that pair of linear equations form two straight lines in a 2D plane. Those straight lines can be parallel lines as shown here. When you have parallel lines, the equations corresponding to these lines will have no solution, and those equations are said to be inconsistent set of linear equations. And the coefficients of these two equations are going to be related as a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, but that is not equal to c1 by c2. When the lines corresponding to two equations intersect as shown here, then the equations will have unique solution. This is what we have just seen. And those equations are said to be consistent and independent set of linear equations. For those equations, the coefficients relate as a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. The other option we have is overlapping lines as shown here. In such a scenario, the equations are going to have infinitely many number of solutions, and the equations are said to be consistent set of linear equations, but they are dependent set of linear equations. Please take a note of this. And their coefficients are related as a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. Let's go back to question number 2. Let's plot the given equations. X equal to 5 is a vertical line as shown here, and y equal to 5 is a horizontal line as shown here. As you see here, these two lines are intersecting at one point, that is x comma y equal to 5 comma 5, right? It means that the equations will have unique solution. The answer is choice B. Let's go to the next question, that is question number 3. It is almost similar to the previous question. The pair of linear equations y equal to 0 and y equal to minus 6 has, and the options given were as is, as similar to the earlier one. Let's plot these two equations given. Y equal to minus 6 is a horizontal line as shown here, and y equal to 0 line is actually a x-axis. When you see these two, you say that these two lines are parallel to each other. It means equations will have no solution. And answer is choice B. Let's go to the next question. That is question number 4. The pair of linear equations 3 by 2x plus 5 by 3y equal to 7 and 9x plus 10y equal to 14 is, the choices given are consistent, inconsistent, consistent with one solution, consistent with many solutions. When you compare the given equations with generic form of for pair of linear equations in two variables, you can say that a1 equal to 3 by 2, b1 equal to 5 by 3, and c1 equal to minus 7, right? Similarly, a2 equal to 9, b2 equal to 10, and c2 equal to minus 14. If you take the ratios, a1 by a2 equal to 1 by 6, b1 by b2 equal to 1 by 6, and c1 by c2 equal to 1 by 2. It means a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, but that is not equal to c1 by c2, right? We have seen this relation exists when the equations, the corresponding equations are going to have no solution, and the given set of equations are inconsistent set of pair of linear equations. It means choice B is the answer. Let's go to the next question. The value of k for which the system of equations x plus y minus 4 equal to 0 and 2x plus ky equal to 3 has no solution, and the values for k were given as options. As you see here, one equation was written in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0, whereas the second equation was written in the form of ax plus by equal to c. Please take a note of this. You compare these equations given with generic form for pair of linear equations, then you can say that a1 equal to 1, b1 equal to 1, and c1 equal to minus 4, whereas a2 equal to 2, b2 equal to k, and c2 equal to minus 3. Please take a note of this. a1 by a2 equal to half, b1 by b2 equal to 1 by k, and c1 by c2 equal to 4 by 3. And we want to have no solution for the given pair of equations. It means that the relation between those coefficients has to be a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, but that should not be equal to c1 by c2, right? It means 1 by 2 has to be equal to 1 by k. So k equal to 2 is the answer for which the equations will have no solution. Choice D is the answer. Let's go to the next question, that is question number 6. The value of k for which pair of linear equations kx plus y equal to k square and x plus ky equal to 1 have infinitely many solutions. We have to find value of k. You said you want to have infinitely many number of solutions. It means that the relation between the coefficients has to be a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, that has to be equal to c1 by c2. It means that k by 1 has to be equal to 1 by k, that has to be equal to k square by 1, right? So let's consider the first two and cross multiply such that you get k square equal to 1. Simplify it such that you get k equal to plus or minus 1, right? So choice A is the answer. Let's go to the next question, that is question number 7. For what values of k does the system of linear equations 2x plus 3y equal to 7 and k minus 1 times x plus k plus 2 times y equal to 3k have an infinite number of solutions? It is similar to the previous question. You want to have infinitely many number of solutions. It means the coefficients have to be related as a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2. That has to be equal to c1 by c2. It means 2 by k minus 1 has to be equal to 3 by k plus 2. That has to be equal to 7 by 3k. If you take the first two and cross multiply, you get the relation like this. 2 times k plus 2 equal to 3 times k minus 1. Simplify it such that you get k equal to 7 as the answer. Let's go to question number 8. Find the values of k so that the pair of equations x plus 2y equal to 5 and 3x plus ky plus 15 equal to 0 has unique solution. Compare these given equations with generic form for pair of linear equations given. A1 equal to 1, B1 equal to 2 and C1 equal to minus 5. Whereas A2 equal to 3, B2 equal to k and C2 equal to 15, right? You want to have unique solution for the given pair of equations. It means the relation between the coefficients has to be A1 by A2 should not be equal to B1 by B2. It means 1 by 3 should be not equal to 2 by k, right? So the answer is k should not be equal to 6 or k not equal to 6 is the answer. It means for any value of k other than 6, the pair of equations has unique solution. Please take a note of that. Let's go to question number 9. Find the values of k for which the pair of equations kx plus 2y equal to 3 and 3x plus 6y equal to 10 has a unique solution. This is almost similar to the previous question, but you want to have unique solution here. When you want to have unique solution, the relation has to be a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2, right? It means k by 3 should be not equal to 2 by 6. So k not equal to 1 is the answer. For k not equal to 1, the pair of equations has a unique solution. Please take a note of this. Let's go to the next question. That is the value of k for which the system of linear equations x plus 2y equal to 3 and 5x plus ky plus 7 equal to 0 is inconsistent. And choices were given for value of k. When you want to have inconsistent set of equations, that coefficients are relate as a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, but that is not equal to c1 by c2, right? When you have such relation, we know that given equations are going to have no solution and they are inconsistent set of linear equations. It means 1 by 5 has to be equal to 2 by k, but that is not equal to minus 3 by 7. It means for k equal to 10, the equations are going to be inconsistent, right? Okay, let's take a look at next question. That is question number 11. If x equal to a and y equal to b is the solution of the pair of equations x minus y equal to 2 and x plus y equal to 4, find the values of a and b. Let's use substitution method to solve the given pair of equations. The first step in the substitution method is we have to rearrange one of the equations such that one variable, either x or y, is expressed as function of another variable, that is y or x. In our case, what we do is we are taking the first equation and rearranging it such that x is expressed as function of y. X equal to 2 plus y, right? Now the second step is substitute the value of the variable x into the other equation and simplify. The other equation we have is x plus y equal to 4. So let's substitute x equal to 2 plus y into this such that it becomes 2 plus 2y equal to 4. When you simplify, you get y equal to 1. The next step we have is evaluate the expression for x now to obtain the value of x. So since we have y, What we do is we substitute value of y equal to 1 into x equal to 2 plus y and simplify it such that you get x equal to 3. It means x equal to a equal to 3 and y equal to b equal to 1 are the solutions for the given pair of equations. Let's go to the next question, that is question number 12. Solve the following pair of linear equations. 3x minus 5y equal to 4, 2y plus 7 equal to 9x. What we do is we rearrange this equation, second equation, as 9x minus 2y equal to 7. Right? When you have these two equations, we can either choose to use substitution method, but here I'm going to go with elimination method. The first step in elimination method is to make coefficients of a variable, that is x or y, equal. In our case, what I'm doing is I'm going to make coefficients of x equal. For that, I'm going to multiply equation 1 with number 3, so that it becomes 9x minus 15y equal to 12. And I'm writing the second equation as is, that is 9x minus 2y equal to 7. The next step, you see here, the coefficients of x are equal, both are 9, right? The next step is subtract one equation from the other. When you do that, to subtract, what we do is we change the signs of the second equation, the equation in the bottom, and simply add them. I'm changing the signs and simply add such that you get minus 13y equal to 5. It means y equal to minus 5 by 13, right? The next step is substitute the value of y into any of the equations. I chose 3x equal to 4 plus 5y as the equation. And when you substitute y equal to minus 5 by 13 into this equation and simplify, you get 3x equal to 27 by 13. It means x equal to 9 by 13, right? So x equal to 9 by 13 and y equal to minus 5 by 13 is a solution for the given pair of linear equations. Let's go to the next question, that is question number 13. If 2x plus y equal to 23 and 4x minus y equal to 19, find the values of 5y minus 2x and y by x minus 2. We are going to solve these two equations using elimination method. I'm going to make coefficients of x equal here. To do that, I'm going to multiply equation number 1 with 2 such that we get 4x plus 2y equal to 46, and write the second equation as is. As you see here, 4 is common across. That's what we have done in the first step. The next step is we have to subtract one equation from the other. When you subtract, what you get is 3y equal to 27 means y equal to 9. The next step is substitute y equal to 9 into an equation, that is 4x equal to 19 plus y. When you substitute, you are getting x equal to 7. So x equal to 7 and y equal to 9 is the solution we are looking for. That completes the first part of the problem, where we have solved this given pair of equations. Now we have to find the values of other 5y minus 2x and y by x minus 2, right? To do that, what I do is I'll substitute x equal to 7 and y equal to 9 into 5y minus 2x such that I get it as 31. The next one is y by x minus 2 we have to find. Let's substitute y equal to 9 and x equal to 7 into this so that we get y by x minus 2 equal to minus 5 by 7. With that, we have completed this problem. Let's go to the next problem, that is question number 14, where we're asked to find the relation between P and Q. If x equal to 3 and y equal to 1 is the solution of the pair of equations x minus 4y plus P equal to 0 and 2x plus y minus minus q minus 2 equal to 0. These two equations are given. X equal to 3 and y equal to 1 is a solution. It means that these two are going to satisfy the given pair of equations, right? Let's substitute x equal to 3 and y equal to 1 into the first equation given, that is x minus 4y plus p equal to 0, and simplify it such that you get p equal to 1. Let's take the second equation now. That is 2x plus y minus q minus 2 equal to 0. In that, let's substitute x equal to 3 and y equal to 1 and simplify. You get 5 minus q equal to 0. It means q equal to 5. So we got p equal to 1 and q equal to 5, right? But the question is, we are asked to find the relation between p and q. So can we say that q equal to 5p is the relation we are looking for? Yes. Let's go to the next question. That is question number 15. The larger of two supplementary angles exceed the smaller by 18 degrees. Find the angles is the question. Now I am assuming that the larger angle is denoted using x and other angle is denoted using y. If that is the case, since larger angle exceeds the smaller one by 18 degrees, it means that x equal to y plus 18, right? And we know that sum of two supplementary angles is 180 degrees, right? It means x plus y equal to 180 degrees. The first equation I am rearranging and writing it as x minus y equal to 18. And I'm writing the second equation as is. Since the coefficients of x are same, we can simply add these two equations, such that you get 2x equal to 198 and x equal to 99, right? Let's now substitute x equal to 99 into one of the equations, that is x minus y equal to 18. When you simplify it, you get y equal to 81, right? It means the angles we are looking for are 99 degrees and 81 degrees. Please take a note of that. Okay, let's go to the next question. That is question number 16. A fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator, and it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to its denominator. Find the fraction. To begin with, let's say that given fraction is x by y. And it was mentioned that fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator, right? So we can write the fraction as x minus 1 divided by y equal to 1 by 3. You cross multiply the terms and rearrange such that you get an equation that is 3x minus y equal to 3. Let's go to the next statement, that is said fraction becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to its denominator, right? It means x by y plus 8 is equal to 1 by 4. Let's rearrange this and simplify it such that you get an equation that is 4x minus y equal to 8. We have to solve these two equations such that we get x and y, such that we can write the given fraction. Let me first rearrange the first equation, that is 3x minus y equal to 3 as y equal to 3x minus 3, and substitute value of y into the other equation such that you will write 4x minus 3x plus 3 equal to 8. Simplify it such that you get x equal to 5. Let's now substitute x equal to 5 into one of the equations to get y equal to 12. It means x equal to 5 and y equal to 12. So the fraction is x by y equal to 5 by 12. Let's take a note of this. Let's go to the next question. This question is almost similar to what we have done just now. The fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 2 is subtracted from the numerator, and it becomes half when 1 is subtracted from the denominator. Find the fraction. So let's start with the fraction x by y. And the first statement says that fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 2 is subtracted from the numerator. It means x minus 2 by y equal to 1 by 3. You rearrange this such that you get 3x minus y equal to 6 as one of the equations. And fraction becomes half when 1 is subtracted from the denominator. This is the second statement, right? Let's do that. X divided by y minus 1 equal to half. You cross multiply and rearrange such that you get 2x minus y equal to minus 1. To get the fraction, you have to solve these two equations, right? I'm not going to solve these two equations. You solve using elimination method or simply substitution method, such that you will get x equal to 7 and y equal to 15 as the answer. It means the fraction we'll be looking for is going to be x by y, that is equal to 7 by 15. Let's go to the next question, that is, the present age of a father is 3 years more than 3 times the age of his son. 3 years hence means in the future, the father age will be 10 years more than twice the age of his son. Determine their present ages is the question. I'm assuming that the present age of son is x and the present age of father is y. The first statement says that present age of father is 3 years more than 3 times the son's age. It means that y, that is age of father, is equal to 3x plus 3. You rearrange and write it as minus 3x plus y equal to 3. And let's go to the next statement. 3 years hence, the father age will be 10 years more than twice the age of the son. After 3 years, father's age is going to be y plus 3 and son's age is going to be x plus 3, right? As per this statement, the relation is going to be y plus 3 is equal to 2 times x plus 3 plus 10, right? You simplify this such that you get an equation minus 2x plus y equal to 13. We have to now solve these two equations, that is minus 2x plus y equal to 13 and minus 3x plus y equal to 3. When you solve this, what you get is x equal to 10. Substitute x equal to 10 into one of the equations such that you get y equal to 33. It means the present age of son is 10 years and the present age of father is 33 years. This is what we are asked to find, right? Let's go to the next question, that is question number 19. The father's age is 3 times the sum of the ages of his 2 children. Please take a note of this. After 5 years, his age will be 2 times the sum of their ages. Find the present age of father. It looks almost similar to the previous question. I'm going to give important steps and you follow it and solve the rest of the problem to get the answer. At present, sum of the ages of 2 children is x. I'm assuming that. And present age of father is y. As per the first statement, present age of father is 3 times sum of the ages of 2 children. It means that y equal to 3x, right? It can be written as 3x minus y equal to 0. Let's go to the second statement. There is a catch here. After 5 years, the father's age will be 2 times sum of the ages of the children. You take a note here. After 5 years, sum of the ages of the children is going to be x plus 10. Why? Because there are 2 children and they are aging, means the age increases for each children by 5 years within 5 years, right? It means for one child it is going to be 5 years and 2 childs it is going to be 2 times 5, that is going to be 10. So if the current sum of ages of 2 children is x, then after 5 years sum of their ages is going to be x plus 10. Please take a note of this. And as per the statement given, after 5 years father's age will be 2 times sum of their ages. After 5 years father age is going to be y plus 5 and son's age, sum of son's age is going to be x plus 10. So y plus 5 equal to 2 times x plus 10. When you rearrange this equation, you get minus 2x plus y equal to 15. So to answer the question, we have to solve two equations, minus 2x plus y equal to 15 and 3x minus y equal to 0. I'm not going to solve these problems. Simply let me write the answer, that is x equal to 15 and y equal to 45. You solve the given equations using elimination method or substitution method so that you can find x equal to 15 and y equal to 45. So to answer the question, the present age of father y is going to be equal to 45 years. Please take a note of that. Let's go to the next question, that is, Taxi charges in a city consist of fixed charges and the remaining charges depend upon the distance traveled. For a journey of 10 kilometers, the charge paid is 75 rupees, and for a journey of 15 kilometers, the charge paid is 110 rupees. Find the fixed charge and the charges per kilometer, and find the charge of covering a distance 35 kilometers. There are two things here. First thing is we have to find fixed charge and charge per kilometer, and then find the charge for covering a distance of 35 kilometers. To begin with, let me assume that X is the fixed charge and Y is the charge per kilometer. The first statement says that for distance of 10 kilometers, the charge paid is 75 rupees. It means X plus 10 times Y equal to 75. The next statement is for journey of 15 kilometers, the charge paid is 110 rupees. It means X plus 15Y equal to 110, right? One has to solve these two equations to obtain fixed charge and charge per kilometer, right? I'm not going to do that. Please do it using elimination method or substitution method such that you will get X equal to 5 and Y equal to 7. It means the fixed charge is 5 rupees and charge per kilometer is 7 rupees. Sorry, I have written 10 here. Sorry. Now the question is charge for 35 kilometers is what? For that, we have to substitute. The equation to be written is X plus 35Y is equal to what? So let's substitute X equal to 5 and Y equal to 7 into this equation such that you get answer 250. It means that charges for 35 kilometers is equal to 250 rupees. So we have solved both the parts here, though I have not solved the equations, but I have given the answers. Please do it so that you will know exactly how to do it. Let's go to the next question, that is solve the pair of equations 2 by x plus 3 by y equal to 11 and 5 by x minus 4 by y equal to minus 7. Hence, find the value of 5x minus 3y. As you see here, these equations are not linear equations, and we know how to solve linear equations, right? So let's transform these equations into linear equations in two variables. To do that, let's assume that 1 by x equal to p and 1 by y equal to q. When you do that, the first equation 2 by x plus 3 by y equal to 11 becomes 2p plus 3q equal to 11. The second equation is going to be 5p minus 4q equal to minus 7. Now let's solve these two equations. 2p plus 3q equal to 11 and 5p minus 4q equal to minus 7. You can use any of the methods, and when you solve, you get p equal to 1 and q equal to 3. It means that x is equal to 1 by p, that is equal to 1, and y is equal to 1 by q, that is equal to 1 by 3, right? Now we have to find value of 5x minus 3y. Let's substitute x equal to 1 and y equal to 1 by 3 into this equation and simplify such that you get 5x minus 3y equal to 4. This is the answer we are looking for. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to our channel ECBSC Online Classes on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Thank you.